Sup, my name is Gage, and welcome to my new series, Why They Are Awesome. In this series, I take a fictional character from a book, a novel, a comic book, a movie, a TV show, a game. You name it, I take the character and I explain why they are awesome. And the first person we are going to be doing a video on is Aquaman from DC Comics. Now come on, we've all heard the joke said on Big Bang Theory about how Aquaman sucks because all he does is talk to fish. Well, you know what that joke does? It drives me insane because I can't stand it when people talk about something they have no idea about. Saying Aquaman is lame because all he does is talk to fish is like saying that all Superman does is fly, and all Batman does is employ 12-year-old sidekicks, and all Wonder Woman does is fly an invisible jet. When really, they all have so much more to their characters, but they're for another time. Right now, we're talking about Aquaman. So let's go over why Aquaman is awesome. Here's a good reason. He's bulletproof. Yeah, on multiple occasions has people shot at Aquaman, and the bullets just bounce right off, sometimes hitting the shooter. It's pretty impressive, actually. And as you can see, it's not his clothing, it's his head. You can see a bullet hit his head here, and it bounces off. So yeah, a lot of people didn't know that Aquaman was actually bulletproof. Let's go on to the next reason. He can hurt and even kill Superman. Now, Aquaman's trident is made of magic and is 100% unbreakable. And he can even summon it, and with it, and also without it, he has hydrokinesis and electrokinesis, the ability to control water and electricity. But on numerous occasions, Aquaman has stabbed and even mortally wounded Superman. He has not killed him, but he has hurt him really bad with his trident. He has also been able to stab Darkseid, which is very impressive. Now, to get onto the topic of him talking to fish. No, Aquaman has even said he does not talk to fish. He commands them and communicates with them telepathically. He does not talk to them. He says this himself multiple times. Plus, with this power, he is able to control an army of whatever sea creatures he wants. Be it sharks, be it sea monsters, be it abnormal sea creatures we have never even seen. Aquaman can control an army of them. And also, just like the Incredible Hulk, Aquaman has also been able to leap great distances in single bounds. We have never seen the full extent of how far he can jump. He has even jumped miles at a time. Yeah. He's got some pretty good legs to jump that far. You have to admit that. Next up, let's get into his power. Aquaman is extremely strong in the water. In this picture, we can see him pushing a tectonic plate. A tectonic plate. You know, the things that make up Earth. He pushes it downward to enclose a volcano that he swam out of the lava from. But anyway, he's pushing the plate down onto the volcano to stop an army of creatures to come out on top. And the funny thing is, his wife didn't even help, which I find funny. But he sealed up a trench with a tectonic plate. That's not something you just do. And on land, he is also extremely powerful. He has lifted up truck and trailers with his own arms, trident, he's lifted up cars, he's lifted up ocean liners, he's harmed Superman, he's done a lot of strong things on land. And when a massive part of a city was underwater, Aquaman alone had to lift up the whole city block to help the people that were stranded underneath. Yeah, Aquaman lifted up a whole city block. Not a building, a whole city block. By himself. That takes power. Next up, let's get into his pet. Topo. Aquaman's pet octopus, also known as the Kraken. Yeah, Aquaman's pet is the Kraken. He also has other mythological sea creatures as pets that people also don't know about. Yeah, the dude is pretty tough and pretty awesome. Did I mention that yet? Oh, and also, he is king of 70% of Earth. He is king of all of the oceans. Yeah. He rules 70% of Earth by himself and his queen. And finally, let's get into Aquaman's speed. Oh wait, not finally, there's still one more thing after this I have to mention. That's awesome. Let's get into Aquaman's speed. In the water, Aquaman can swim up to 5 times the speed of sound. Right from the get-go, he can go that fast. He doesn't accelerate, he can just go that fast. Yeah, now finally let's get into his most awesome thing he's ever done. He called out Black Manta. Yes, the villain that's been chasing Aquaman his whole life to kill him for killing his father, Aquaman called him out. You see, when they were fighting in DC Rebirth, Black Manta told Aquaman that if he killed him, Aquaman would regret it for the rest of his life. But if Black Manta killed Aquaman, he would have perpetuated the cycle of vengeance, well, finished it, and he would be complete. It's basically saying that Aquaman loses either way. Then Aquaman did something no one expected. He gave Black Manta the trident and put it up to his own throat, and told him to do it then, to kill him. Then what? Then he went on to tell Black Manta that his whole life was wasted on Aquaman, nothing else. He lives to kill Aquaman and that's it. And if he does kill Aquaman, his life is over. He has no more reason to live anymore. And all that he would have is disappointment. A lifetime of disappointment. And after hearing all of that, Black Manta, who has the perfect chance to kill Aquaman, the man he's lived his whole life to kill, drops the trident and tells Aquaman, "Damn you, Aquaman, damn you." And he walks off to be arrested by police. Yeah. Aquaman called out his most famous villain and gave him the perfect opportunity to kill him. Not a lot of heroes are willing to do that. That's like Superman giving Doomsday kryptonite gauntlets while wearing a kryptonite necklace and telling Doomsday to kill him. Not a lot of heroes do that. That takes massive cojones. Aquaman definitely is one of the awesomest characters in DC. Oh, and I also forgot to mention one other thing. When him and the other Justice League members were fighting a telepathic villain, Aquaman got sick of it and used his telepathic powers to access the fish part of the guy's brain and make him have a seizure that almost killed him. Now, yes, I understand why people think Aquaman sucks. Big Bang Theory only implies to the old 90s or 60s or 70s, I forget when it was, Aquaman cartoon when he would ride dolphins, flying fish and stuff. Things that just made him look pathetic. And thus, a lot of people tend to think that all Aquaman does is talk to fish, and they always look back at that show and just say he's a pathetic hero. He can't do anything on his own out of water. When really that can't be more far from the case. Because one thing came out not too long ago that showed people how awesome Aquaman was. And that was the Injustice game, where Aquaman was one of the top tier characters and definitely one of the hardest to beat. I had a hard time beating Aquaman with that range with his trident. Yeah. And in his story, he was awesome. He was doing his martial arts that people know he's a master of. He's doing all of this. He's showing his political power and his reign to rule Atlantis. Aquaman is definitely one awesome character. Now let's get on to who's next time. Next up on why they are awesome is Doomsday, the creature that killed Superman. I'm excited for that one. Anyway, tune in for that one. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more.